Mistake number two, which is not recognizing each other's calling earlier. We have discussed this in episode 22 entitled How to Find the Right Business for You Based on Your Business Calling. So if you need to go back and learn the concept on a deeper level, you can check that video later. Now, what is calling again? Calling is our purpose. Calling is what we love to do, what we are good at, what the world needs, and what the world will pay for it. My husband and I made a huge mistake. For almost 30 years, we have had a lot of disagreements in our businesses. And so at one point, we decided to split up our businesses. He took over the three businesses and I took care of the remaining two. Big mistake. All five businesses suffered. All of them got buried in deeper debt. And my husband and I almost broke up. Our finances and our children were a mess, a huge, huge mess. The businesses were failing. Everything was falling apart. And this was when we learned a powerful lesson. Looking back, I can say it's by God's grace that we began talking to each other again. Just like in the song we asked, where did our love go? We both remember that opposites attract. The reason why you and I were attracted to our partners in the first place was because there was some quality in them that we didn't have and that we admired. They too were attracted to some of ours in the same manner. But eventually, after getting married, the thing that we liked most about them became the problem. For example, he's so thoughtful and generous. He loves giving you gifts. But now, as a married couple, it irritates you. You think that it is unnecessary and it is just a waste of money. Now, here's another example of opposites attract. I'm an introvert. I love being alone and just staying at home. My husband, however, is an extrovert. He loves being with people. He likes to go out and loves to make friends. I'm a meticulous and detailed-oriented woman, while my husband is a big picture person. I need concrete proof and numbers before I take action, while he follows his hunches and his inner knowing. So whenever he says, let's not go into that, I don't like it, I'd ask him why. And as a meticulous person, he wouldn't be able to give me the facts and figures to explain it to me. He'd just sense it. And most of his hunches have been right, if I may say. He's good at those hunches. So our opposite characteristics are complementary. Together, we are strong. But separate, well, we become weak. So finally, when everything was breaking apart, we decided to work together again. And this time, we divided our task based on our individual strengths, our individual calling. We also created an organizational chart. Since I'm a meticulous introverted person, I'm comfortable dealing with the people I know. I don't like dealing with strangers. So I handled the internal parts of the business. I did HR, strategic planning, meeting with the managers, handling the mancom, and all of those other stuff. While my extroverted husband handled the external part of the businesses like visiting our stores, dealing with government agencies, creditors, and suppliers. He handled also our money. When money was not enough, he went out to borrow. And when it's time to pay, he was able to manage the money very well. And because we were both playing to our strengths, we were able to turn our businesses around. So, how to avoid the second mistake of not recognizing each other's calling? What I'd like you to remember is that because both of you are complementary and that opposites attract, together you will always be strong. A lot stronger than when you just act alone. Make sense? Now, for couples, if you have two different businesses in mind, I'd advise you to choose one and work together instead. Choose the one which has a brighter chance of making you more money in 10 to 40 years and which you can leave to your kids. Never choose based on passion or pride only. Remember, it's not just what you love to do and what you are good at. It should also be what the world needs and is willing to pay for. I'm sure both of you can find tasks that you love to do in the business, especially if you look towards the future of your kids.